Give me a random topic or object that I can write a song about.
A half-melted candle on a windowsill.
That's really not bad. This week we're making a song about a candle in the style of... When you think of Bossa Nova, what does it make you feel? You're like swinging in a hammock, sitting with a drink in a hand under the palm trees. You're swaying with the night breeze. You're dancing, floating through life. That's the kind of vibe we want to build, right? Okay, so we're going to tell that story with the... I'm going to quickly play what I came up with, and I'll walk through why I made certain decisions. Okay, obviously the foundation of Bossa Nova is guitar, right? Keeping the rhythm, but also setting the melody. And this nylon guitar is pretty much contact nylon guitar. Something interesting as I was composing it was you're like kind of stepping down, dun, 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 going down by half steps that I just didn't really expect. The other thing I wanted to evoke was like, oh, you're free and swaying and calm and cool and there's like a breeze going on. So I ended up playing flutes. Oh, there's something kind of in the background giving you that soothing element, which I thought was really useful. In addition to that, in the second part of the verse, I also added these strings, which I think kind of accomplishes that same role. They just sound so good. I'll play it in context as well here. Just adds a little bit of romance. These strings really add a little bit of romance. And that's what I was going for. We're going for like candle, Bossa Nova. Where else does your mind go but like romantic candle, right? A little bit about the percussion element. In isolation, here's what it sounds like. This sample that I found doing a lot of heavy lifting, but in addition to that, I added this light jazzy snare and also this shaker. I think I added a good amount of reverb here. This is going to Valhalla Vintage Verb, which I use a lot. If you listen to Girl from Ipanema by Frank Sinatra, like literally one of, I don't think it's pure Bossa Nova, but it is one of the most popular Bossa Nova songs in the world, right? If you play it at the 30-second mark, he suddenly stops singing and there's this flicker of orchestral instruments that I thought sounded so cool. And I really want to pay homage to that, so I also kind of did my own version of that. This is what that sounds like. This is just a fat stack of instruments. You have cello, woodwinds, more woodwinds, trombone, tuba, and low trombone. And I think the vast majority of these were either from BBC Symphony, completely free, and it sounds so good. This is what the tuba sounds like. This is what the cello sounds like. And we also have the woodwinds, yep. You listen to Corcovado by Stan Getz, you're gonna hear this pretty much like piano intro that makes you feel like you're in like a cocktail lounge. And this like cocktail lounge singer is just on stage by herself, just like crooning into a microphone. And I thought it would be cool to replicate that. So I did my own version. I did my own version of that. Finally, I thought bass was a pretty important part of it as well. I wanted an upright bass. Here's what that sounds like with bass. Here's what it sounds like without bass. It doesn't sound like much when it's there, but when you take it away, you're like, damn, there's a lot missing. When I first started producing music, I never used bass. I thought I was a unique voice for not using bass, but I think that's kind of dumb. I think bass, it's part of the foundation of the song, so you need to add it for sure. I think that covers most of the production. If you have any questions about the production, feel free to ask me in the comments as well. Bossa Nova, mostly in Portuguese, right? I don't speak Portuguese, but emotion is a universal language. You listen to their music, it's wistful. And the few English examples that you do have, Corcovado, Girl from Ipanema, the Sinatra version, they are singing about things that they don't have, things that they want. And I wanted that to translate into the lyrics that I wrote. We still need to invoke candle somehow. So I was thinking candle, wistfulness, the vibes of Bossa Nova, and all that kind of leads to romance. Having a candle on your windowsill as this girl that you like walks by, I thought, oh, that's so Bossa Nova. The intro, as I said earlier, was sort of in the cocktail lounge setting.
Cool summer night, breeze flowing by, candlelight.
The verse is more... I took a lot of inspiration from Girl from Ipanema, especially Frank Sinatra, the way he's singing it. It's like very, you're in the streets. You're in the streets, talking about things that you're seeing. The girl from Ipanema, tall and tan, young and lovely. Like, I try to make it very description driven.
She walks the streets of Rio late into the evening.
Yeah, maybe I took too much inspiration from Girl from Ipanema, but it's a hit for a reason. Also, maybe sort of a bridge where there's a moment of, oh, what's going on? What's happening? Here's what that sounds like.
I only have one candle for the night, and I pray it brings her light.
Bossa Nova has a lot of background vocals going, ooh. So I set up a stack of oohs. And pro tip for people who don't love, I mean, I like the sound of my voice, but for people who don't, if you add a lot of vocal stacks, it makes your mistakes a lot more forgiving. Even now, when I think a song is too hard to sing, I'm just gonna stack vocals so it's too hard to hear the individual blemishes. Sue me. I heard this in a couple songs. I don't know what it's called, but there's this background vocal flourish going on. And now, here is my take of Bossa Nova, Candle in the Moonlight.
Cool summer night, breeze flowing by, candlelight flickers right. When will she be walking by my window? She walks the streets of Rio late into the evening. I usually see her 8 p.m. Bewitching eyes and quite a smile I find intriguing. I'm waiting for her once again. I only have one candle for the night, and I pray it brings her light. So very soon, beneath the moon, she'll be here by my window. Oh,
Okay, if you like this genre breakdown, I also just did one about country music, so you can watch that here. And if there are other genres you want me to explore, I think it's been pretty fun, so please let me know in the comments.